Tan, or Melmetal to get the shiny charm in Let's Go.
Oh, that's cool. Well,
So
you
I don't.
still. Oh, all right.
I still want to eventually. I don't. There's not a pressing need for it anymore.
Gotcha. Yeah, I need to get back into that. I got so hooked on Diablo that I've fallen out of Pokemon Go favor.
Well, that'll probably be what happens when Breath of the Wild
Mm.
comes in. By the way, on the stream, our names are flipped.
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Hi, Nicole.
Easy to fix. Bert, Bert. Oh, I just moved Charles's invisible. Oops. God, I really should actually click on the titles in the box below as opposed to dragging where I think the titles are. Because I grabbed a bunch of stuff that probably didn't need to move. Oh well. All right, so that's all good. Let me get into the chat. Twitch.tv, Pokemon GO Podcast.
And then I sent you my Switch friend ID
Oh, cool.
a while back in the Facebook chat.
I will.
I can grab it again if you'd
You
like.
might need to. Yeah, I wonder if I can just add it. I can. Oh, I can definitely add it before without having to go into or quit Diablo.
Yeah, because you can.
There it is, right there.
Yeah.
Cover Rules page.
Here, I'll just send it to you directly in Facebook.
Cool. Oop. Oh, I have friend requests. This is how bad I am.
Are you wondering how to do
it? No, I just have never done it before. Or no, I take that back because I do have. Yeah, there we go. Add friends. Search with friend code, I guess, is the easiest way. It's such a satisfying clicking noise this thing makes.
So I normally have the sound turned off.
There it is. I'm sending a friend request.
While I'm playing at work.
Yeah, I imagine so. That's probably a good idea. There we go. All right. Super duper. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I suppose I could just have said look up at the chat. I went ahead and tossed it in the Twitch chat.
That's fine too. It's all good.
Dun dun dun.
Let's see here.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess I should get out of the game. Yeah, I'm in the. I've got the. Oh, me and Khalid are now great friends, or Khaled, DJ Khaled. I've got the spin to quest now for the 5 great curveball shots.
Get that on friggin' Groudon piece of cake.
Oh yeah, no kidding. That means I have to go and do another Groudon raid.
He's so huge.
He is.
Like,
yeah.
When I go to do Groudon raids, well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Oh. But I should have screen capped it today.
It's a horrible shot. Oh, did you do one today?
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. Should we get this underway?
Let's do it. Let me hit the record button. And okay, here we go. Hello and welcome to the Pokemon GO Podcast, your #1 source for news, reviews, and tips and techniques to help you catch them all. I'm one of your hosts, Brian Ibbett, and I'm joined today by 1/3 of the PGP crew, Joe Ard.
How's it going?
Good.
Now, I see something above your right shoulder. Is that...
Well, you see it in Zoom. I actually need to turn for people to see it in there. Well, let's see if I turn it up like this. I'm really gonna have to fix my camera when we're done. So this thing right here that you're seeing, is courtesy of our anonymous gifter, the great anonymous gifter, who I kind of know who he is because because Amazon cheated and gave me his information. But no, this is this really cool thing that what's funny, people are watching the looking at the video of this are actually going to see the app that I used to change the lights.
Oh, there you go.
So I can actually say, all right, let's go with a, let's add a new one. Oh, you know what I'll do? I'll do a color scene, and I'm going to make it a Pokemon Go one. And so it's going to be, where do I get the other colors? Let's see here. Dynamic? No, paint. Oh, I could just paint. Cool. Can you tell I haven't done a lot of this yet?
No, but they look really fun.
Yeah, they are. Now it's white. Blue. What's funny is you can't really tell. Can I do this? Oh, look at that. I can make some of them blue like that. All right. How do I get the colors here? We'll do some instinct yellow here.
So for those who are on the podcast,
right?
He's got an app open, and he's altering the color of light panels that are hanging up on his wall, and it's a lot of fun. You should check out the video just to kind of see that in the background.
There we go. So now you can see color-wise. I mean, if I did this right, I could actually do. Let's do this totally right and do. We'll do red. Oh no, I want red, not just like pink red. I want red. How do I do red? And then I want white on the bottom. We're gonna make it look like a Pokeball.
Oh, there you go.
There. All right, perfect for the Pokemon Go podcast. I'm gonna name that PGP, and now anytime we do the show, I will.
Yeah, Fabian, you are exactly right. This is great podcast material.
Yeah, okay, fine. It's totally true though. Anyway.
But they are awesome panels. They're
totally awesome panels.
Really awesome.
And like perfect for the studio here. And the camera doesn't do it justice. It is absolutely gorgeous back there. And massive thanks to the very generous donor that sent these to me. Generous fan of the show, listener to the show, part of our community. Let's call him that. And now I'll fix my camera and go back. I could call that part of my Pokemon Go experience of the week.
What else did you do in the actual game?
In the actual game, I went and did a Kyogre raid. So got the notification from the Facebook Messenger group here. Hey, there's a Kyogre raid. I'm like, oh, that's like 10 minutes away from me. I'm totally going to go do it. So I hop upstairs. I say, hey, Tina, can I borrow your phone? She's like, oh, what are you doing, a raid? I'm like, yeah. She's like, oh, I'll go with you. I'm on a break anyway, or it's lunchtime or something like that. So we pop out, and there's a good 7 or 8 people there. We take down Kyogre with no problem. And then it comes time to catch Kyogre. And I look, and sure enough, not a shiny Kyogre. Tina looks at hers. Oh, why does it look so funny? And sure enough, the person who cares least, even less than me, about a shiny, manages to get a shiny Kyogre. And I'm like, do you want some help catching it? She's like, nope, I got it. I'm like, all right. So sure enough, I catch mine. She catches hers a ball or two later. And I'm like, oh, that's so gorgeous. Man, I wish I had that. Best wife in the world. She gets Wife of the Year awards from me. She's like, well, do you just want to trade it? I'm like, yes. We didn't, and it's the funny thing is, and I probably should have done this, we didn't even check stats to see if either one of ours was like 100% or 95% before we just traded. We just said, I'm taking advantage of this before she changes her mind. Let's just do it.
You just stole your wife's 100%
right
shiny Kyogre.
Exactly. And now it's a strong defense. Wow. Yeah, let's take a look and see what this thing rates. It doesn't give me the top, the first message isn't the top message, so I know it's less than 80%. It is a whopping, come on. Oh, we're all watching and waiting for it to, Oh, it's because I've got it only showing me my 100% scan date. There we go. Yeah, it's like somewhere between maybe 44 to 71%. Let's go ahead and...
So it definitely got worse, regardless of what it was before.
It definitely got worse.
Definitely got worse.
Yeah, it's a whopping 71% IV. Well, no, there's no way it could be a 15 because it doesn't... Oh, yeah, I guess it still could be a 15.
Yeah.
Even though it doesn't give you a...
Yeah, the first one doesn't... It can
Right.
You can still have a perfect stat and have the first assessment be wrong.
Right. Oh, jeez. Oh, well. Hey, you know.
That's okay. You've got your purple whale.
I've got my purple whale, and I'm very, very happy with that. And we should check hers and see if maybe hers is 100%. Maybe in the process she ended up with something cool. I was really hoping it would be lucky, though. But I don't think the odds of changing something within minutes of getting it and it being lucky, if the opposite end of the spectrum, the oldest things have the highest chance of being lucky, I imagine the newest things have the least highest chance, right? Or does it not work?
Well,
like
they
that?
just don't have any multiplier, is what it is.
Yeah, so it's the base, whatever, 0.5% to make it lucky. Anyway, tell me about your experience of the week.
Well, so Saturday was Phoebus Day.
Oh, yeah, right.
And it was downpouring like crazy. So I only did a handful of the research, but what I did do while I was there, because during the event, I had an EX raid. So I got myself my Deoxys.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Thank you.
Very cool.
So that is fun.
And you got the attack form. Did you end up getting an EX raid when he was defense form?
No, I didn't get when he was normal.
Or normal.
No.
That's right. Normal form. Yeah.
I didn't, but a friend of mine said he would trade one to me. I've got a lot of special trades to do with this friend that he's offered me a ton of different stuff. So I've got to figure out what I want and when. So, cause he's offered me Deoxys, the normal form. He's offered me Lucario because he's got two. He has two now. Nice. Terry's asking if I soloed Deoxys. I didn't even try to solo Deoxys. There were 20 people. We took it down in 14 seconds.
I imagine. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, if you really wanted to, I'm sure you could have. I'm sure you've got enough T-Tars with SmackDown that probably could have obliterated it.
Hey, Paul Puck's here for the first time.
Oh, very cool.
Thanks for coming, Paul.
Yeah. Hey, Paul. So, I never did explain why it's only two of us tonight. we got right into...
Charles explained it at the end of last episode.
Oh, did he? Did he talk about it then? Okay. Well, in case you missed it, in case you're just joining us, Charles is out tonight. Okay, there we go. It's explained.
Yeah, he's got some work meeting training thing.
Yeah. He's experiencing his experience of the week right now.
Yeah.
What's going on?
And then this week, ever since this event hit, my work, the two gyms, we haven't seen like any, well, other than today, we haven't seen any tier 5 raids, legendary raids during work hours.
Oh, wow. Which is crazy. You'd think that at least, in 7 days or however many days you're watching it, you'd think that at least at some point something would happen.
And then today we got one mid-morning, and then there was one late in the afternoon, but I had to leave for a dentist appointment, so I couldn't stick around for that one. All of a sudden we got two today. Normally, before this event, we were getting usually 1 to 2 legendary raids each day up at our work. Usually one in the morning and one near lunchtime is what it tended to be. But yeah, so it's probably just abnormal. It's probably not anything crazy like, oh, they severely dropped the raids, because I'm not seeing other people complain about it. It's just weird that it's happening. It all of a sudden happened with the start of
random luck. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, oh, look at that. 9 eggs. None of which are no incubators. Nothing incubating.
Oh, okay, Charles.
I know. Yeah. It's funny because I'll have this thing, like I said, I'll have it going during the day, and I'll look over and I'll be like, oh yeah, okay. I get the and I hatch, and I keep working, and I forget to jump in there and actually put stuff back in eggs. And I've got incubators because I bought the the Ultra pack or the Ultra box when it was Phoebus Day. And now's a good time, although these are all 2, 5, and 10s. None of these are 7K eggs, so no additional. Was it Chingling? Is that the?
Yeah, Chingling.
Yeah, no additional
Chingling's one of them.
Yep.
Chingling, Mantike.
Oh yeah, Mantike.
Yeah, I don't have a Mantike yet. I'll get one eventually.
Wait, those are in. Are those in 7? Those are in 7K, right?
Last I checked.
Yeah. So, all right. Well, let's get through these, and then I'll start accepting some gifts for 7K eggs before I incubate anything else. Cool. Well, very good. Well, God, that sounds like it was great. I didn't. We went out for a little bit during Feebas Day. It was freezing cold here, and I think other people in the chat room were talking about how cold it was. Paul was saying that it was. Oh no, that was January Community Day, so that was
the week before.
The week before, yeah, earlier in the month, Totodile Day. We're going to talk about what the next one is going to be too, aren't we? Yes, there it is right there in the notes. All right, well, Let's get into this. Let's talk about the event and what people thought of it. Now, somebody feels like it could have been better. What event are they talking about, and how could it have been better?
So they were talking about the Phoebus research event.
Okay.
A lot of people didn't get a shiny. A lot of people. Granted, I only did 5 quests, so I wasn't really expecting one.
Mm-hmm.
But it on average, it looks like people completed around 20 quests and didn't get a shiny. Some people completed more over 100 and didn't get a shiny.
Oh, wow.
That's and I think the problem with this event and the general consensus that I've seen is that the tasks that they chose were not good choices.
Mm-hmm.
They were poor choices, and I even commented that last week when we were looking at the code dive that fake Charles found that we saw these events, and I was like, I don't like that, because there was hatch an egg,
right, which takes a lot of walking.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't have to, but we just completed 2 egg events, and so I don't know about everyone else, but I was running real low on incubators. So there was that. There was walk for a buddy candy, which 1 kilometer, but still that's 1 kilometer,
right.
Especially if you're trying to do a lot in a short amount of time, because we only had the 3 hours. And then the others were great throws and nice throws, if I'm not mistaken. But it was like 10 of them. And so these weren't that great. The quests weren't that great, and even people that were going hard on this event, I don't know. It was set up for a failure. The good news is Phoebus in the wild and hatching from eggs and coming from quests, you still have a chance to be shiny.
So there's still okay, so you can still get it.
Yeah, exactly. And also, one thing that was different from previous comparable events, like the Squirtle Community Day. If a stop gave a quest that was shiny, it was shiny for everybody. That was not the case with this Phoebus event.
Oh, right. Yes.
And so you couldn't go into Discord and call out, "Hey, this stop has shiny Phoebus," and people flock to it. And so that also was another issue. I don't know. What do you feel about the event? Because it doesn't sound like you did a whole lot.
We didn't do a whole lot for it. Yeah, we were out and about that day anyway. And being as cold as it was, we just decided, well, let's grab a couple from a couple stops. And we did complete, I think, 3. But the 3 we got were buddy candy, get 1 buddy candy, hatch an egg. Maybe we got 2 hatch and eggs. But it was a really disappointing set of quests. And I think that might have even added to why we didn't really care about about doing it. It's like, all right, a shiny. If really the best thing you can get out of this is a shiny Phoebus, then I'm okay to not have it.
Yeah.
And I'm glad to know that there's still a chance to get a shiny Phoebus later on. Like there's still the potential to get that in the game.
Well, and what's strange, so our next source is talking about the Rarity,
Mm-hmm.
and according to the reports that came into Sylph Road for their research, there was a big difference in the regions on how frequent shiny Phoebus was popping up.
Hmm.
Um, so in the Americas, Greenland, Asia, and Pacific, it was probably about 1 in 20. But then pop over to Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and India, and it was closer to 135, 1 in 35, or 1 in 40.
Wow, which is crazy. You'd think that they'd have the same rates everywhere.
Yeah, and they may have. This could just be, although the numbers of reports are actually pretty high. So I'm kind of thinking that this, I don't know. It's weird.
That is really weird.
It's all weird.
Yeah.
Weird event, weird execution, weird.
Well,
So
let's hope they do better with the next one of these events. I did like the fact that it was an event that not necessarily community day where they're just popping up all over the place, but an event where you could, focus on a different like non-starter Pokemon, get something kind of cool, and have some different quests in there. I just think I agree with you. They just did it wrong. They did had the wrong kind of quests in there, and didn't make the golden ticket enough of an incentive to go for it.
yeah. So, well, we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. See what the next one is.
But talking about Niantic dropping the ball, they're in the past couple of months, and it's grown in visibility just this past couple of weeks. Niantic has been losing high level accounts, and they're still trying to figure it out. Niantic George made a post saying that they're aware of this happening, but people just get completely locked out of their accounts. As far as we know, this is only affecting level 40 players.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah.
Good to know.
But what in addition to getting locked out of your account, if you had Pokemon in gyms, those gyms become inoperable in the game.
Oh, really? So locked out for everybody? Like,
yep.
If you click on it, you get an error. Out or wow, really?
Yeah. So if you click on it, you get an error, and then in addition to that, your gifts. If you sent gifts to people, they get errors trying to open them.
Jeez, it's almost like a virus, right? Like it's spreading from Niantic to your account to anything your account interacts with in the outside world. The gems, the gifts.
Nathan Up and Lady Jasmine are talking about how Charles is safe because he's not level 40 yet.
Right, exactly.
And so this is crazy. Like there was one town that I heard of where one of their high level diehard players was in all of their EX eligible gyms. And so when he lost his account, they all of a sudden can't do any of any raids at the EX gyms. And so that town is locked out of EX raids until they fix this issue.
Wow. Oh, that's a bummer. Yeah, then holy cow, they need to get this thing fixed. Get it fixed before it spreads to us. So does it if the person who gets a gift is level 40, can it spread to them, or do they know how this thing, it just is randomly occurring in 40s? It's not like,
we don't know. Wow. We don't know what triggers it. We don't know. But Niantic George on the Sylph Road commented on this post actually. but saying that they understand, they're aware that the issue is happening, they're trying to fix the issue. They have begun. They said, "Don't worry, your account hasn't been deleted, so it's still there." Uh, but they're still untangling the issue. They have been able to restore some accounts, but I they apparently haven't found the root cause. So that's still just a stopgap to figuring out what's causing this. Even if they're able to restore accounts, this is still a big issue.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because the other big problem with that is that any progressive stuff, their 7-day spin, their 7-day catch, their progress towards a research reward, all that stuff just gets kind of put on hold indefinitely until their account comes back. Plus any community days, anything like that they miss. Man, what a drag.
Yeah. So, but there have been people reporting that their account came back. One of the ones that I saw, it came back, but the progress got rolled back 2 days. So something happened in those 2 days, I'm guessing, that caused the error.
And they needed to go back to an earlier line of code or an earlier save point or something like that.
Before whatever it was corrupted their account.
Yeah. Code path, an earlier code path. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. And so hopefully they are able to restore these people quickly, because the one that got restored, he had 76 million experience. So not quite Terry Wolf level, but still almost 40 twice. So pretty big account.
Speaking of Terry Wolf, in the chat room he just said Charles didn't coordinate a lucky egg for hitting Ultra Friends. He just opened the gift. That's Charles.
That really is Charles. Live on air. Every time. He doesn't coordinate when we're live.
Exactly. Yes. That's awesome.
Oh, man.
Well, I couldn't open it up. I couldn't coordinate. I'm in an office thing. I'm a work thing. Jeez.
Yeah.
Well, how are you feeling about next month, Joe? How are you feeling about specifically Community Day next month?
I like it personally. I've heard some people be like, "Yeah, I don't really care," but I guess I should, actually say what it is.
Let's say what it is.
Next month is going to be a Swinub Community Day on February 16th. I haven't actually pulled up my calendar yet. Is that a Friday, or is that a Saturday or Sunday?
Yep, that's a Saturday.
Oh, okay. They've been doing a lot of Saturday ones lately. But yeah, 3 times Catch Stardust, 3-hour lures, of course. They have stated that Mamoswine will be available.
It would have to be, right? I mean,
yeah.
Geez, to have it just go up to Piloswine and not unlock the Sinnoh.
I'm assuming that it's going to take a Sinnoh Stone, but they have tweeted out that during this event, you will be able to get rewards from PvP 5 times, and you're guaranteed a Sinnoh Stone.
That's cool. For a while they were saying, I think they rolled it back, but where they were saying both Friday or Saturday and Sunday, and I think they rolled it back to just during Community Day, right? Is that the case?
Oh, where you would get the move,
you'd get 5 Sinnoh Stones Saturday and Sunday, so 2 days of PvP.
That is a good question. I don't actually have the source on that. I only heard that during the event it was going to be. So I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
That would be awesome. I guess we'll
might as well test it.
Right? Yeah, exactly. No reason not to. So that's cool. I love that. I'm glad we're gonna get Mamoswine in here, because it's it's Snuffleupagus basically.
Yeah, and Mamoswine will continue to be one of the best ice type attackers that you can have.
Oh, really? Wow, cool.
Yeah, real good. As far as I know, they haven't released the exclusive move, though some people are actually predicting it will be not Earth, ground type move. Um, and so he is ground ice, and he is a pretty good ground type attacker as well. So you could definitely open up that second charge move slot for a ground and an ice move.
Very cool. And have we seen Shiny Swinub hasn't been added to the game, right? That's the green.
No, yeah, it hasn't been added yet, which I mean it'll definitely get added
for sure,
Community Day.
For this, yeah.
But yeah, he's fine.
He's puke green, isn't he? There he is right there. Well,
Yeah.
I guess he's more of like a pistachio green, but Pillow-Swine turns kind of a puke yellow. And
he's wasabi.
He's wasabi. And then Mamoswine is just the worst shade of green ever. All right, great. Can't wait for this then. Yeah, and I think we've got a Mammoth game. Oh, how appropriate. We've got a Mammoth game that day, the Colorado Mammoth Lacrosse National League Lacrosse game. What a perfect day to catch a bunch of Swinubs and turn them into Mamoswine. But that'll be before the Mammoth game, so it'll be great to go out and catch some Mammoth and then go watch them play lacrosse.
Yeah, and this goes along with people's predictions because it is the year of the pig.
Okay.
So people were suspecting that
right.
we would see Swinub's shiny released. They weren't expecting a Community Day. At least I hadn't seen anybody predict that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
And then, I'm so glad it's not going to be. I mean, Spoink would be okay, but what's the pink one that seems to always? Geez.
The pink one?
The pink.
Are you talking about Snubble?
Huh?
You're talking about Snubble and Gramble?
Yes, Snubble.
Those are dogs.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, they're pink bulldogs, aren't they?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, totally.
But Terry brings up a good point. It's likely that we'll be seeing a lot of Dragon raids coming because we haven't seen Latios and Latios come back for quite some time. And so these ice moves, these ice types will be invaluable.
For sure, yeah. Oh, this will be good then. All right, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm excited about it. I mean, I have a pretty good Pillow-Swine, but I'd much rather, what do you have, 100%? Do you have a hundo Pillow-Swine?
No.
We wanted to see our best Pokemon. All right.
So mine are nothing to write home about, but they're fine. They get me through the day.
Mine are over 9,000. No, I'm just kidding. So I've got a perfect T-Tar, a perfect Snorlax,
but
a bunch of Mewtwo's.
And then before I forget, I wanted to remind people that they have until the 29th to get Grass Knot on Breloom. So if you're still trying to get that Grass Knot Breloom, be checking all your Shroomish.
What was the plural of Shroomish? Shroomishes.
Shroomish.
Make it your Shroomission to get as many Shroomish as possible. Have you been getting a lot of them? They've been crazy.
They've been all over.
Yeah.
But talking about this event, it's supposed to be a Gen 3 event, and there's a lot of Gen 3 Pokemon, but there's a lot that I haven't seen a single Bagon. I haven't seen any Bagon. I haven't seen any Beldum. And so there's these rare ones that even I didn't see them before the event. I don't see them after the event. Are they even boosted at all?
Yeah, I don't know.
And so, yeah, it's just a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. It is what it is. So,
yeah,
we'll see. We will see.
All right. So, speaking of missing Pokemon, let's talk about all the Pokemon missing from the game as of January 2019. And I'm guessing that this is mostly talking about the Sinnoh. What's missing Sinnoh-wise, right?
No, this is. I mean, that's the one we're missing the most in, because we've only got.
Oh, right, because there are some that are missing from some of the earlier. Yeah. From the earlier. Obviously, we've got all of our Kanto, but we're missing one Johto, right?
Yeah, we're missing Smeargle.
Smeargle.
So Smeargle hasn't come out yet, and we've talked about it before, but it's probably because of his unique mechanic with Sketch, where he permanently copies the move of someone that he fights.
Right.
And
Okay.
so, yeah, so we'll
They've got to figure out how to work that into the code, how to make it actually happen.
Yeah, and then there's Kecleon, who was sort of available briefly during the whole Meltan,
Mm-hmm.
randomly showing up,
Mm-hmm.
but he turned into Dittos if you caught it. And so it was only available in a couple of spots, but so there's Kecleon, who again, perhaps it's his cloaking mechanic that they're trying to figure out how to represent it in the game, but we'll see what they end up there. But they also Clamperl, Huntail, and Gorbis. So Clamperl, it has the split evolution into Huntail and Gorbis, and so the data miners have found them, but we will have to wait and see what's going on there. And then Jirachi, who's a mythical Pokemon, also hasn't appeared, and so special research, I presume he's the Wish Pokemon. So I'm not sure. I'm sure they'll try to figure out something to do with that to make it be like, oh, hey, Jirachi, or maybe they'll just wait until Go Fest. They could do that.
Right, and bring those out then. Yeah, it does seem crazy that we've gone 2 generations past well, I guess I'd take that back because it took us a long time to get Mew added to the game. We went a couple generations into the game before we got Mew in our special research. So
Yep.
those things will always be a little bit behind.
And then I don't think we need to go through the Gen 4s yet. If you want to look at the Gen 4s that need to be added, we will have this source available on our website.
Yeah, because there's a ton.
But yeah, there is still a ton. What I would like to do, though, is mention a couple of them that I'm looking forward to. Rampardos is going to be real nice. He'll be one of the top rock attackers when he comes out. His DPS will be even higher than Tyranitar.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, but
new meta.
We'll have to see, we'll have to see how well he does in PvP. He'll do great in raids. But if I remember correctly, he doesn't have the defensive stats to be great in PvP. But we'll have to wait and see. We'll wait and see. Ghibli, who evolves into Garchomp, assuming I'm pronouncing that right. I have no idea. It might be Gibble. But Garchomp, he's real good. He's a dragon type who is stronger than Dragonite.
Oh, wow. So, okay.
Yep. He's not like crazy stronger, so he's not going to be meta breaking or anything like that. Tangrowth is going to be nice. He's a top tier grass type attacker. Leafeon and Glaceon, just to have the evolutions in there.
The 2 Eevee evolutions, yeah.
And then the millions of millions is obviously exaggeration, but the bottom 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, so the bottom 11 in that list are legendaries / mythicals.
Oh wow, a lot of them in the Sinnoh region.
Gen 4 went crazy with legendaries. So so we'll see those when we see them, I guess. But yeah,
that
should be fun.
Yeah,
we still got 3 more regions that are out, with a 4th that's been rumored and hinted at coming out. The 8th generation has been hinted at for coming out later this year, but we'll have to wait and see.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah. I see what you mean. Into the regular Pokemon games.
Yeah. Sorry. Yes. I could see how that would be confusing.
They're not going to leapfrog over 5, 6, and 7.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotcha. There's rumor that Generation 8 will be coming to the Nintendo Switch later this year.
Oh, interesting. So that's cool. I mean, it's funny that we got Let's Go, which is a Gen 1, completely Gen 1. I'm glad that we're not always just going to be playing catch up on the Switch to the later games. That we're not going to get a Gen 8 on the DS or the DS Plus or 3DS or that series. I'm glad that the focus now seems to be shifted over to the Switch. Yeah. And now that you've been playing for a while, would you rather have the catch mechanic be more like the older games where you battle it and then catch it, or more like the newer games where you come across it, you see it hopping around in the wild, you run up to it, bump it, and and then throw a Pokeball at it to catch it?
I much prefer the finding.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind not battling it because that's just time consuming.
Yeah.
I do, however, dislike how crazy some of the people are with, like, some of these flying type Pokemon. I tried to catch a Magneton yesterday, and he was just all like, I actually used the bananas, the
nanas,
yeah. I'm like, well, and I just this past week found out that, because I was wondering, the back of the box says it can be 2 players. I was like, what part of this is 2 players? And actually, you can have 2 remotes, and it'll have 2 balls to catch it. And if you both hit at the same time, it increases your chances of catching it and stuff like that.
Oh, really? So it's the 2-player mode is only for when you're in catch mode, though, right? You don't see
far as I know, yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's funny. All right, well, have to.
I mean, perhaps if you were in a tag team battle, but there's not very many of those.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could each control one of the Pokemon, but yeah. A lot of the Switch games that are geared towards 1 player but allowed 2, they have kind of jankety mechanics. Like Super Mario Odyssey. I was playing that with my boys, and it's technically 2 players. The second player just gets to be your hat, flying around and attacking people. And as Mario, if you're not able to control your hat, you can't hit it. You can't hurt anybody unless you can jump on them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And so if it's stuff you can't jump on, you just got to run around
and hope your partner is.
So I'm running around saying, "Save me, please," to my kids. Save me from that
right. No,
Goomba that's chasing me down.
Right. And if you're like turning and the other player doesn't expect it, then it changes their whole aiming of the hat. They're like, "Oh no, I was aiming in front and you just turned and now he's to the side."
So yeah, so some of the mechanics of the Switch are kind of jankety.
Yeah.
So, but
got to give it to Nintendo for doing what others don't. What others don't. Isn't that the phrase? Or PlayStation does what Nintendo don't. That's what it is, isn't it?
Something like that.
I don't know. Check it out. I can see a gym from here now. Oh, I love that. I know we talked about last week, but
about how you can see way further in the distance.
Exactly. So there's a Dragonite, a Tyranitar, and a Typhlosion in the gym, which kind of all look a little bit like I think they are trying to stay within a weird, gross color palette there.
But speaking of doing things from far away,
yes,
this is something that we've mentioned, but someone took the time. What was their name? Let's see. Exabytes on the Sylph Road took the time to write up a really well thought out post about how we would love it if best friends could trade from anywhere, and I am all for that.
Totally.
100%.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, because it encourages you making friends with people outside of your local community, like making friends online and in online communities. And it's not like it's a freebie, like you just get to great friends and you've got access. I think gating it behind besties is totally a good way to do it.
Well, and it gives a reason besides experience to get to best friends. Because right now, ultras can do just about everything. There's nothing that a best friend can do that an ultra friend can't do at this point.
Right.
But and then there's Terry Wolf who says we need more than 200 slots. So because I'm constantly edging in on 200. How much do I have right now? I have 199 friends.
Oh, you're very close. Yeah, I'm at 173. I cleared out a couple people this week that I did the thing where you change their nickname to be how many Pokemon they have, and if it doesn't change within a week, then they're gone. They've given up on the game.
Yeah, so you do more than I do. I sort it by friend level, and I do it reverse sorted since we can do that now.
Right.
And I give them gifts, and if they don't open it within a week or whatever.
Oh, wow. Yeah, you really cut them off. Yeah, well, I mean, I guess if you're at 199 and you're constantly making room to put new people in, then it totally makes sense. Yeah, I'm now friends with Fabian VM3 in the chat. Yeah, I think once I get closer to 199, the thing is, so the 2+ days ago, is that when they sent you something, or is that the last time they played the game?
As far as I know, it's when they sent you something.
Okay. Interesting. Or the last time your friendship level was advanced. So it might even be when you opened something.
Oh, Nathan Epp is saying it's the last time they caught. That I'm not so sure about that, because I know some people, like, let me pull up. I can check it right now. Look up the Terry Wolf, and okay, it says caught a Zigzagoon, but that's a poor example because he doesn't have a gift here.
No, but it does say 2+ days ago.
Yeah, so like Lady Jasmine, she's in the chat right now. It says 2+ days ago for me that she sent me a gift. I bet she's played today. So, yeah. Gotcha. I think it's from when they sent the gift.
Oh, Nathan says, yeah, if it shows the gift, then it's the gift. But if it's not showing a gift, then it's the last thing they caught. Now, and do not quote me, please, which is one of the greatest chat room names. And this is totally true. The whole thing about the being able to be best friends is that it does open up an eBay market for people to sell Pokemon remotely. However, it's a 3-month waiting period to get what you order on eBay.
Yeah. Well, and not only that, but he makes a comment about spoofers. Spoofers can already do distance trading. So the spoofing part doesn't, at least
they can spoof to get close and do a trade without it being long distance. Yeah, right. Without it being best.
This will actually, if anything, make it more fair because legit people could do it as well.
Right. But we're not quoting anybody on that. That's not a quote at all. So that is a fantastic screen name. Is that somebody who popped in and changed their name just to post that, or is it I don't know. I don't know if that's...
I don't know. This is the first time I've seen don't quote me, please. Yeah. Or do not quote me, please.
I know.
So welcome to the chat.
Love it. Totally love it. So some of the things that they put in here to balance stuff. So no special trades. That's an interesting way to do it. That you wouldn't be able to do, like trade a shiny for a non-shiny or something, Oh, I guess shinies are always special trades, right? Even if it's a shiny for a shiny? Yeah.
Yep.
No regionally exclusive Pokemon, so no getting your hair across. Wow, all of a sudden I don't like this idea. At least one in-person interaction before to gain a prime status. Oh, interesting. So, wow. That's an interesting way to do it. Make it so that... So like oh man, here we go. Here's a Whalmer just popped up. Here's hopefully my 5.
Oh yeah, he's big enough.
The problem is he's low CP, so I want to catch him and not I want him to bounce out. I don't want to catch him.
Yeah, that in-person interaction, it'll be interesting if they if they went with this idea, how they would do that. Like, do you just have to do a handshake, or is it just like a digital handshake is what I'm talking about? But,
Right. Or
yeah.
battle, like do a PvP battle, or be in a raid together. Because I've done, obviously played the game with Barry Folks. He's been out here a couple times, but it would be nice if we were to hit best friends. The fact that we've played together, then now be able to do special trades remotely and regionally exclusive trades remotely. That would be awesome. That would be a good way to do it. Yep. Yeah, that Whalmer didn't bounce out of the Pokeball. He stayed in.
Yeah, I was like, that rascal.
I know, exactly. The one time I want him to pop out 5 times.
Yeah, the way I finally got that quest fulfilled was during a legendary raid with Heatran, actually, back before they swapped.
Oh, wow, okay. Yeah, that's the way to do it. Is those legendaries are nice and big, close up.
Groudon. Yeah. Like I was talking about before the show, I did a Groudon raid today, actually. And his circle, like the white circle, was bigger than the width of my phone, the display. Because really? They still have display issues with the iPhone 10. They've never fixed them. And so, yeah, the display, the Groudon, the circle was bigger than my phone.
That's funny. Wow.
I should have screenshot it. I'll next time I face off against a Groudon, I'll screenshot it. But yeah, bigger than my phone.
Oh, that's totally cool. Yeah, I'd like to see that. And then of course, what would happen is you'd catch the Groudon on your first throw without using any sort of golden raspberry or anything. It'd be just nanab him so he doesn't bounce around, so you don't break your streak.
Oh, if you're trying to let him break out, just pin up the bad boy.
There you go. Yeah. Well,
because at least then, if you do catch it,
then you've got some bonus candies. Yeah. Good point.
Yeah.
You just gotta then you're kind of forced to do set the circle, which is fine. Totally fine. Cool. Well, that brings us to the end of news. Let's talk a little bit about the Satchel Podcast Player. Listen, you're listening to a podcast right now. You may not know it. You may not know right now that you're listening to a podcast, but guess what? You're listening to a podcast. Maybe you're watching it on Twitch. Maybe you're watching on YouTube on demand. Who knows? But this is a podcast. And let's say you miss an episode and you're a video watcher. Well, what you need is a podcast app. There's a lot of them out there. I think Google has one. Apple has one built in. It's not very good. What you want is a good one. You want the Satchel Podcast Player. This not only does all the things that the other podcast players do, but it does so much more. It lets you interact with your hosts, either with links to their Patreons to give them support, or Twitter accounts if you want to send them a message. It also lets you find podcasts that are specific to your area. If you want to find some regional podcasts, much like you like the regional regional Pokemon, you want some regional podcasts. Well, the Satchel Podcast Player is the one for you. Go get it. It's free. SatchelPlayer.com is where to pick that thing up.
Yep.
All right, Shroomish. Let's see if I can get my second. I blew my my streak on the last Shroomish. He's a little further away. Going for the Shroomish 2. No, great, number 2. All right, streak number 2. I should have used a regular Pokeball, but I'm running low on them. I've got so many great balls that I don't even want to bother with the regular Pokeballs if I'm manually catching. And he's deletable. All right. So
I never manually catch with the normal ball.
No, those are saved for the gotcha /Go Plus, well, I guess that's it. That's when those are saved. Cool. All right. Well, tell us. Do we have any new Patreons?
Not a new patron, but Todd Sullivan has increased his pledge. He has jumped up to our top tier. So thank you for that, Todd. And thank you for your continued patronage.
Very cool. Thanks. Yeah, that's just as good as a new patron. A patron that adds to their pledge. So let that be a lesson to you if you're a patron already, and a request to join Patreon fall on deaf ears. You can always just increase your Patreon pledge if you want, but Hey, we love having you as a patron, and we love all the support that you can give us.
Yep. And Lady Jasmine mentions you were talking about the Go Plus and the Gotcha. There's
Yeah.
also the Pokeball Plus.
Oh, right. This guy right here.
Yep. Which, if you're buying one specifically to get a Mew, be careful because sometimes people have already stolen it and taken it back to the store as if they didn't steal it. So,
Nice. Really nice.
yeah.
Very funny.
So,
all right, Joe. Well, what time is it?
It is time for random trivia. And this week I wanted to talk about Shroomish and Breloom. They are the mushroom Pokemon. Shroomish is grass type. Its evolution, Breloom, is grass fighting. Shroomish talks about its Pokedex entry talks about how it likes to live in dark, damp forests in the soil, and how they are often found hiding underneath fallen leaves. And apparently, it eats those leaves. It eats compost, so that's good for the environment. Thank
I guess
you.
so.
Shroomish.
Yes.
Breloom, on the other hand, he's a beast. Like his Pokedex entry even says, this Pokemon's fighting technique puts boxers to shame. Like,
yeah, they're not. It's not nearly as good as Makuhita and Hirayami in the game.
No. As far as PvP goes, definitely not. But actually, just if you're looking at straight DPS, he's higher. He's higher than Machamp even. So
Yeah.
he's pretty good. But yeah, Shroomish. I think it's fairly easy to see where his name comes from. Shroom from mushroom. And people suspect the ish on the end comes from skirmish, which insinuates his fighting type when he evolves. But that's just a guess in and of itself. But yeah, and then Breloom, the theory there is that the Braille or Braille, Breloom, Brel, whatever, it comes from umbrella because he's got kind of an umbrella head.
Oh, right. Okay, makes sense.
And then the loom or comes from mushroom. So there's that. Some people think that the Latin bellum means war, so perhaps it's a nod to that as well. That makes a bit more sense than the umbrella personally to me, but it is what it is.
Yeah.
So Breloom looks a bit like a mushroom kangaroo kind
He does. Yeah, that's a very good way to describe it. But yeah, that still doesn't help with the Brel.
yeah. But yeah, he's a fun guy. Like a
fun guy. Nicely done.
Didn't even mean to.
Oh, really? That was XNL. That was brilliant.
I realized what I said when I said it, and I just couldn't help but chuckle. Anyway, he is a fun guy, and he, like I said, if you want to get Grass Knot on him, which is a very good grass move, get out there and evolve him before the 29th. Well, up to the 29th at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
That's cool. And there's I see the shiny versions with the red instead of the green. Is the shiny version in game yet? There it isn't, is it?
It is not. Yeah. I kind of like the red though.
I do too.
The orange red color
looks more like a Mario color mushroom, right? The orange and white. Yeah.
There you go. And he almost kind of looks like a dinosaur, like a kangaroo dinosaur mushroom combination.
Oh yeah, for sure. Huh. So that's cool. Oh yeah, I was looking at the Shroomish shiny. I wasn't looking at the Breloom shiny. Let's take a look at that one.
Oh yeah, I like the Breloom shiny.
Oh yeah, we need that in game with the red and the oh yeah, totally cool. All right, come on, Niantic, get on it. They should have done it for this event. How silly of them not to time it with this event.
I know. It's not like it's that hard to throw the shinies out there. They've already got all this, pretty much all of the sprites.
Right, exactly.
Already there.
And the code for doing shinies and having them appear at a certain rate, even though that rate sucks, is in there. Excellent. All right. Anything else on Shroomish?
Nope.
Okay. Well, that is it. Is this this note in here? This note in here is a sale that we should let people know about, right?
Yes.
Sure looks like it. Okay.
Yeah. So, did we? I think we talked about the TeePublic store last week.
Yeah, either last week or the week before. Yeah.
But yeah, so from now until Sunday, I think it's this. It might be just this Sunday. So yeah, I think it's this Sunday. TeePublic is having a sale, a site-wide sale, where shirts are as low as $14, mugs are $11, and what's the other part of that? Stickers
Right.
for $2.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah,
that's a great deal.
Our TeePublic store is teepublic.com/user/giant-sized team up network. So
cool.
that's
go shop.
That's a mouthful.
Go buy our stuff. It's really cool stuff. Especially that awesome shirt that I'd like to say that Joe and I worked together to totally nail.
Yeah, and I've actually seen it while browsing Facebook articles. I've seen that shirt appear in some of the TeePublic ads.
I saw that, and I was wondering if that was because it knows your search history that you've been on that page, or if it was just totally. What we need to do is have a completely impartial person, or maybe open a private window that doesn't have any. An
incognito window.
An incognito window, yeah.
So, yeah. But yeah, I thought that was pretty neat. It popped up, and a few of the other people in our network have seen their shirts popping up on the TeePublic stuff. So it probably is targeted, but it was still nice to see it.
That is very cool. Let's pretend it wasn't. So let's pretend that everybody's getting to see that that ad with our shirt in it. I'd like that to be the case. So go check that out. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
And Nicole actually put in the Tiny URL. It's
awesome.
tiny.cc/GSTU.
And I can't remember if tiny.cc is one of the ones that it is case sensitive. So if it is, try tiny.cc/all caps GSTU. I know a couple of these shortening URL shortening services are case sensitive. So and Nicole says it is. She confirms. So tiny.cc/all caps GSTU, which is the way we should be. We should always be all caps. We're a giant-sized team up, darn it. All caps. All right. So speaking of which, hey, let's say you want to get in touch with us. Please do. We love to get your feedback. We love to hear what you think. And sometimes we'll read your stuff on the show. Email us, show@PokemonGoPodcast.com. If you go to our website, PokemonGoPodcast.com, you'll find our speak pipe. It allows you to leave a voicemail without having to call any pesky phone numbers. You can just go to our website, click on it, leave a message, and we'll play it on the show. Our Reddit is or our subreddit is Pokemon Go Podcast. Our Facebook is at facebook.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter, follow us at Pokemon Go Pod. And of course, you can catch us live here every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern Time. We do the show live. Sometimes three of us, sometimes two of us. Never one of us, I think. I don't think we've ever soloed.
Well, there's been one of us with a guest.
That's true, yes. Well, that was me.
Yeah.
And it went very well.
A month or so back when I had that migraine.
That's right, yes. So
I was not a happy camper that night.
You were not. But
went home and slept for like 11 hours.
But it was good to have a co-host, and soloing. We don't try to solo the show like Joe doesn't try to solo Deoxys. That's our policy. Follow us at twitch.tv/Pokemon Go Podcast. Hey, if you hit subscribe, then you'll get a notification anytime we go live with a new show. So check that out. Again, tpublic.com, Giant Size Team Up Network, or just use tiny.cc/GSTU. And it will that sale goes on until Sunday. So take advantage of it and buy stuff. Nice.
And Beard Howard GG already has.
Perfect. Excellent. Let's see. Follow us online. Where can they follow you, Joe?
You can follow me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard.
You can follow me at Coverville, and you can follow Charles and see what he's up to at Rock God of Pod. Excellent. That's going to do it for tonight. Tune in next week to hear Joe say,
if you were to represent the chances of Charles listening to this episode in IVs, he'd definitely be a 000.
It'd be worse than the Phoebus, the shiny Phoebus.
Oh man.
Excellent.
He's not listening to this.
No.
It's okay. We could bash him left and right and he would never
and he'd never know. All right, I'm going to stop recording. This is perfect timing because I can get this thing uploaded and then get out to my trivia event. So yeah, we have 5 trivia events before the big championship in Vegas.
All right, we need to vote on the title.
That's right. Oh yeah. Titles.
Oh, there's not very many.
I hear that most of them are Charles related, from what I hear.
Yep. 75%.
Charles is a bad friend, says Terry Wolf. Oh, hey, I'll battle Terry Wolf right now. Let's do it, Terry Wolf.
So my autocorrect
tries
to turn Kyogre into Kroger
and Groupon
and Groudon into Groupon.
I love that. I think that's fantastic. You got to take your Groupons to Kroger.
That's right.
Ooh, an Altaria.
Dun, dun, dun.
I like funny looking Kyogre. Oh, Terry Wolf does the thing where he swaps out to get the Pokemon that is I'm protecting myself. A smart move, dude.
Meganium.
Yeah.
Dun, dun,
and that would have been super effective. Let's see how mine is against him, because he can see what I'm about to use. Oh, he blocked. Oh,
hey, yeah. Mr. Tambourine ordered a shirt too. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Tambourine Man. Yeah, I'm blocking because that's super effective, and I want
I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be kind of weird seeing people's shirts that are different colored than white.
Yeah,
because they can order them in a bunch of different colors.
Oh, they can, and it. But that stuff will pop through the. Like the white colors pop through, don't they? Oh man, nearly obliterated my dude there.
Paul Puck ordered one too.
Cool. Oh, Paul Puck ordered black. Good. I want to see how the white areas of the shirt of the logo look with black. Let's see.
I took the
He should have waited and not used his frenzy plant until I died, so that he could use it against.
So here's what the ad looked like.
Oh, which looks great. So it's
still white.
So it's filling in the white in the middle. Okay, good. Yeah. That means that it's doing. Right, because they do print on demand dye sublimation as opposed to screen printing. So it's laying down all the colors all at the same time. Oh yeah. Here goes my Terry Wolf about to put my 3 Pokemon in the ground.
So far for the titles, we're tied on funny looking Kyogre and Charles is a bad friend.
Well, my vote is always to have something different in there besides these 2 chuckleheads' faces. But I feel like in saying that, I'm going to push a vote towards Charles as a bad friend. We can't do Charles as a bad friend, Terry Wolf. That's going to make him feel bad.
Even if it is true.
Even if it's true, yes. I think we're going to do funny looking Kyogre. That's our... And I'll spell Kyogre the right way. I know, Nicole. And, he did it to Joe as well, right here on the show. Did not coordinate a fight or coordinate a lucky egg. All right, I'm doing funny looking Kyogre, but TVZ Gun is going to get credit, obviously. Well, obviously he gets credit because he came up with the name. Durr.
Oh, really? I thought Tina was getting credit.
Technically, right. I guess she said it, didn't she? Excellent. Oh, I
He
thought you
can't.
could. He says he can't see my team because the video has a lag. I thought there was short enough lag that you could still at least see. You could at least see how close I was to pulling out another play rough.
Oh, you guess what I did last night?
What'd you do?
There's a website called Healthy Wage.
Mm-hmm.
So I hopped on there, and you can make a bet on how much weight you'll lose.
Oh, wow.
And you set how much weight, and you set the time you have to meet that goal.
Mm-hmm.
And so, assuming I meet my goal, I'll get all my money back, because you got to pay into it, obviously, because it's a bet. But I'll get all my money back plus $960 in October.
Holy cow, that's awesome.
Wow. And so that is going to be used for my computer fund.
So if you don't lose the money, you pay them, right? Like it's a...
If I don't lose the weight, I pay.
Or lose the weight. Interesting. So
yep.
do you pay, you put the money in now, and...
You can choose to pay it all at the beginning, or you can pay monthly.
Very interesting.
So yeah,
that's a really good motivation, like a really good incentive to do it.
Yeah, so lose weight for a computer. So between that and I've been doing plasma, by probably about Christmas, I'll be able to revamp my whole area. Because right now my setup is. Have you seen my setup?
I have, with the cardboard box.
It's so
thing.
Ghetto.
Let's take a look.
Here, I'm gonna. Let's see if I can back up enough.
Oh, I love that. Oh, it's not a cardboard box. It's like a Domino's pizza warmer.
No, so I took a bookshelf, took all the shelves out of it, and then put a blanket over it to help muffle the sound. And then I made my own pop filter, and
that's awesome. You know what? That's what we did. Early podcasting. That's exactly what we did. We made pop filters out of pantyhose wrapped over a metal coat hanger that was bent in a circle.
Yep, that's pretty much what mine is.
Yeah, it works, and it's a good way to do it and save money. Excellent. All right. Well, I'm going to head out to the next trivia event, and this is really cool. I'm gonna have to check out this Healthy Wage. I wonder if they can verify it with Weight Watchers, since that is a verifiable.
I don't. So the way I did it to verify weight is I have their app, and they have you take a video where. I had my wife do it, because they have you stand, put your arms out, spin in a circle, get on the scale, show the weight, then get off the scale, put your arms out, and spin in a circle again to make sure that you're not. You don't have anything on adding weight.
Like a lead block strapped to your waist or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, geez. Wow, that's cool. Yep. That is really cool. Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yep. Yes, and you can run a bunch of different scenarios on how you want your bet to go. Like the main three things that you put in there are how much you want to lose, and your starting weight, and then how much your bet is and how long you want to go. So
interesting. Yeah, I want to lose about 40 pounds. How long do you need? I see what you're saying. How much you want to bet per month. Oh, that's cool. That's really clever.
Yeah, so I bet $65 a month, 9 months, so towards the end of October, and that I would lose 60 pounds. Which is definitely doable. Like that's very reasonable. I played it safe, in my opinion. So
that's a really brilliant way to like make it motivational. So you can actually, think about cash is one of the best motivators ever. So having that be the carrot at the end of the stick is brilliant. Very cool. All right, I'm off to trivia. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting. We'll end the stream. Right. Thanks everybody. You guys are awesome.
Good night, everyone.
Yeah.